If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
So team, yesterday I have given about some programs, around 7 programs I have given. Hope you have done these programs. Any one of you not able to do any of these programs, let me know. I will do it for you. Is anyone not able to do any of these programs?
Sriram, I had done 4 programs. Today I will do the next.
Okay, you done 2 programs?
Yeah.
I had done 4 programs. The 6th program, swapping the values. I don't have any idea about how to do.
How to do that? Okay, that's good. I will do that. So, any other? Has anyone not able to do any of these programs? Around 7 programs. So if you did not understand logic also how to do that, let me know. I will give you some hint. I will help you out, and then you can try.
Yeah, hi Sriram. That swapping values where I'm aware of it. So how to do that?
Okay. So have you done this one?
Yeah, remaining 4 was done because there is a power outage. So remaining I need to do now.
Okay, right, Pura. But you know how to do swapping also, correct?
No. Swapping I don't know. That's the...
Okay, you need help for swapping. I will tell you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Any other questions, team?
Sriram, I'm not able to do that consecutive sum of digits. The 7th one.
Okay. So sum of the digits within the given number.
Yes.
Right. Then why not others asked this one? Like, have you done? Okay, let me ask this way. Has anyone done this program 7?
No, Sriram.
Has anyone done program 7?
No, Sriram.
No, Sriram.
No, Sriram.
At least if one done, you would become the champion because no one has done that. So at least if one of you have done this, you would have become champion, right? Any idea at least? Okay, you might not have done. Has anyone any idea on how to do that program? You're not done. That's okay. I agree. But can you share any idea here to find the sum of it?
Adding A plus B plus C ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ.
Jiva, I think your mic is on. Okay, let us see the 7th program, that is to find the sum of digits. So J66 underscore exercise 7. Okay, that is the 7th exercise, not demo. So I'm doing the J66 underscore EX7, exercise 7. Find sum of digits. So user is basically entering one value, parameter V1 of type I. Now I should find the sum of digits, data sum of type I. And then finally I should display the sum value. Sum of digits, sum. That value I wanted to show. That is our requirement, correct? So check for the errors, activate it. So here I entered 235. So then if so V1 value is 235. So if I add all these digits, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 2, 10. So output 10 should come. Suppose I entered 666, 666. So if I do the sum of all these digits, so 6 plus 6 plus 6, the total should come as 18. So sum of digits 18, that should come. That's my requirement. So for that, what to do? So if you think this way, for example, I given 235. So first you think about how to get this first digit. First you need to get this first digit. That 5 should come outside. This 5 only should come outside. If I can get this first digit, I will add that 5 into sum. Sum equal to sum plus that digit. So that digit value is 5. So 0 plus 5. So now sum equal to sum value become 5. Because currently sum value is 0, correct? So that so it will happen like 0 plus 5. Okay. Now the sum value is 5. After that, I should automatically try to get this 3. If I can get that 3, then I will write here sum equal to sum plus that digit. So already in sum I have 5. Then to that 5 I will add this 3 also. Then 5 plus 3 will become 8. Now sum value become 8. Now if I can get this third digit also, that is only 2 should come to my hand. Then sum plus that digit. Already sum value is 8. 8 plus 2 I will do. Then automatically sum value will become 10. I got it. I got all the sum of digits. Now here, how to get that digit? How can I get this first digit? Then how can I get the second digit? How do I get the third digit? Here my V1 value is my V1 equal to 235. Correct. So currently the sum value is 0. Let me take another variable digit. That value is also 0. Okay. So I will declare another variable here in this program. That is not parameter. Data digit of type I. Okay. I created a variable digit also. Now, how can I get this 5 into this variable? From 235, how can I get this 5? Digit equal to, yes. Yeah, someone give me the hint.
Yeah, if the help of offset, we can do that.
No, not clear. Your voice is not clear.
With the help of offset, we can do that one.
Your voice is not audible clearly. Can you repeat again? So I wanted to get this 5. If I can get this 5, I will add that one to sum. Sum equal to sum plus that 5. Then 0 plus 5 will become 5 first. How can I get this 5? How can I get this outside into my variable?
$235 mod 10.
Right. So if you divide this 235 with 10, right? If you divide 235 with 10, automatically you will get the remainder 5. The first digit, the ones plus digit, will automatically comes in your remainder. So what I will do here, digit equal to that V1 mod operator 10. So V1 mod 10. We can use symbols or we can use words also, add, subtract, multiply. So mod means mod. I told you yesterday, it will give the remainder. So if you divide 235 with 10, right? So if you divide 235 with 10, automatically 1023 just 230. You will get 230. Then you will get the remainder. You'll get the remainder 5. And this remainder 5 will get stored in this digit. Yeah, successfully I could able to extract my first digit. So here I will say sum equal to sum plus digit. Currently, what is the sum value? This is the default variable, so sum value is 0 currently. So then I added that digit into sum. Then here, okay, so we got the remainder here.
Sriram,
So yes, please.
actually we didn't link for today, last day. It is my first class. Can you explain yesterday class?
Might be difficult, but yesterday class is recorded actually. So you can get the recording. Our team will upload that session in the LMS portal today. So you go through that recording session, and if you have any questions from there, definitely I will help you out too, because we need to continue with the ongoing topic. So okay, right. So we are working right now on how to extract the first digit. So if you divide with 10, automatically you will get the remainder. So remainder value 5. That remainder value 5 I stored here in the variable called digit. Then that digit I have added to sum. So sum value currently there is no value, so 0. So 0 plus 5. Now sum value become 5. Now sum equal to 5. In digit you have 5, sum also 5. But now how can I get my second digit? Now I should get 3. Now in digit I should get 3. So how can I get 3, team? Think about, give me some hint. How do I get 3? Someone can give me a hint? Same like above?
By dividing 23 by 10.
Right. So 23, if I can divide by again 23, if I divide by 10, then definitely remainder will come 3. So I should divide 23, but here I don't have 23, right? I have 235. So 235, if I divide with 10, I will get 5 as remainder. If I divide 23 with 10, definitely I will get 3 as a remainder, right? So 3, but I should divide 23, but I don't have 23. I have only 235. Where is 23? In V1. V1 is currently 235. So that V1 should become now, 23. If my V1 can become 23, now on that 23, if I can do this mod operator 10, then definitely remainder 3 will come to me. But how can I get 23 from 235? How do I get 23 into V1? So here earlier, when you divide with 10, you got the quotient 23. 10, 23 just 230, remainder got. So you see, this the next 2 digits automatically you got in the quotient. So this quotient I will get here in V1. So now I should say V1 equal to V1 by 10. Then automatically now my V1 value has become now. Now my V1 value become 23. Now on 23, if I divide with 10, 10 to just 20, I will get the remainder value 3. So this remainder 3, I will add to my sum. Sum equal to sum plus. So currently sum plus 3. So 5 plus 3, sum value will become 8. Now what is the next digit? The next digit is 2. I should get only 2. Where is this 2? If you see here this quotient, that is there in 2. So I should change my V1 equal to V1 by 10. Then automatically my V1 value will be 2. If I divide 2 with 10, so 10 zeros, then 0 is 0. So obviously you will get the remainder value 2. So that 2 also I can add. Like this, I need to keep on going, cutting one digit, cutting one digit, cutting one digit. I should keep on doing this until the given value is more than 0. Once if the given value becomes 0, I can stop that. So I need to run a loop. I need to make a loop. Every time I should get one digit, and I need to add that digit, and I need to cut down. For example, I have taken a number called 9,367. So first I should get 7. After that, I should do this operation on 936. I should get 6. Next, I should do this operation on 93. I should get 3. After that, I should do this operation on 9. After that, I will make this 0. So until that 9,367, until this value becomes 0, I need to run a loop. I need to go by one after one. Get this digit, get this digit, get this digit, get this digit. When there are no digits, you will have 0. Stop the loop. Then you will automatically get the sum of all these digits. So that we will implement here inside a loop. So yesterday we discussed a do and do, while and while. So we do write a while loop. While V1 is greater than 0. That means as long as my V1 value is greater than 0, I should continue this operation. I should repeat this operation. How? First I will say digit equal to V1 mod 10. Then automatically the first digit will come. That first digit I have added to sum. After that, that V1 equal to V1 divided by 10. And y. So here I am using mod operator for getting the remainders. Here I am using the division operator for cutting the remaining, for getting the quotient, for getting the remaining part of the number. Like that, this loop will keep on run until the value of V1 is greater than 0. So once if the value becomes 0, this loop will terminate. Then automatically you have all the sum of digits value inside this variable sum. Check this, activate this, execute this. I given 235. Run the output, sum of digits 10. I given the value 666. Sum of digits 18. Nine 367. So 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 19, 19 plus 6 25. Sum of digits 25. Now I will give you another question. Even I don't want this answer also in double digit. I don't want this answer in double digit. If it is double digit, again you should add these two digits also. Now 2 plus 5 also you should add. Okay, sum of digits. Okay, last sum or final sum, something like that. Add these two also. So 2 plus 5, that should become 7. The answer finally should come in single digit only. That is your next. Okay, the given query. This is the way to do. Now you extend this program. You try to think of how to do this to get the total sum into single. And so you have to keep on running that loop inside loop in such a way to become the value finally to single digit. Okay, so this given exercise, this is the answer team. So 555. So sum of digits will come 15. All right, so this is your question number 7, just about using and implementing our operators only. Okay, so somebody asked me exercise 6 also about swapping. Swapping values. So what I asked here, let's take two parameters. Parameters V1 of type I. See, for your quick understanding, so we are taking V1, V2. Once you are in projects, we don't create the variables like this. we will be following certain naming standards. Okay, for variables we do create LV underscore val1, something like that. So some proper naming standards to be followed when you are working in projects. So depend on company to company, client to client, project to project, they will define some naming standards, coding standards. That coding standards we should follow when you are declaring the variables. So everybody, even tomorrow, you may not be there in that project. Somebody else will come and work in that project. Even that guy also should be able to understand your program very comfortably. For that, if everybody is following the same kind of naming standards, so naming standards are talking about how to give the name of the variable, how to give the name of the report, how to give the name of the function module, something like that. So for variables, for constants, for everything, we will follow certain naming pattern. So the moment you see LV, you will understand that it is a variable, it is a local variable. Okay, the moment they see LC, you will understand that it is a local constant. Okay, the moment you see LT, you will understand that it is an internal table. So I will give you a couple of naming standards what usually generally we follow, but these naming standards will be particularly will be defined by the respective organization. So TCS developers will do certain naming standard, and other companies will follow certain naming standards. Even client to client also, sometimes they will come up with following certain naming pattern. So basically that is all about the uniformity across everybody's programming, so that everyone can understand the programs easily. That is the purpose. So just for here, for a quick typing and easy understanding, I'm giving this. So parameter v1 of type I, parameters v2. Then here I am displaying value of v1. I'm displaying the value of v1. So there are new coding standards arrived in the latest ABAP. So we can use this pipe symbol also. See, instead of single quotes, instead of putting the text letter and the single quotes, you can keep it in this two pipe symbols also. This pipe symbol you will get above the backslash character, right? Forward slash above forward slash on your keyboard. So shift and if you press that, you will get this pipe symbol. So like this also you can type. These are all the new improvements in ABAP coding. So that anyhow we will discuss in the last session about the new coding styles in SAP ABAP. But basically you follow the basic pattern first, you will understand the new improvements, new add-ons what are introduced by SAP in the recent ABAP, in ABAP 7.5 version onwards. We will discuss that at a later point. So now anyhow, so on the go, some things I will keep on introducing. So here I given this value 10, this value 30 or 20. Obviously 10 is stored in the v1, 20 is stored in the v2. I'm getting value of v1 10, value of v2 20. But what I am asking, skip. After swapping, so skip I'm just keeping for a blank line only, activated. So v1 value 10, v2 value 20. So 10 and 20. After swapping also again their values are showing 10 and 20 only, but I don't want that. When I display v1, that v1 value should be 20, my v2 value should be 10. Okay, don't do like this, huh? If you print v2 there, if you print v1 there, then yes, it will show. You see, now v1 is 10, v2 is 20. Now v1 10, v2 20. After swapping, value of v1 20, value of v2 10. Don't do this. I'm not asking this way of output. Okay, you are writing value of V1, but you are displaying the V2 value. Not like that. You should do same. V1, V2 only should display, but they should interchange their values. So do something here. Do something here to exchange the values. Now, what I mean to say, V1 value should go to V2, V2 value should go to V1. Now you think about it, how to do? Can somebody give the idea? Now we understood what is called swapping. Exchanging this value to there, that value to here. Then how can we do? Any logical idea?
We can create a temporary variable.
Okay, we can create, all right. Okay, let me create a temporary variable v3 of type I. I created one temporary variable, okay, or let's say temp I, some temporary variable I created. Then what I will do, in that temporary variable, I will store the value of v1. So v1 is currently 10, right? That 10 goes into temp. Then v1 value I will change with v2. That v2 value copied into v1. After that, for v2 should get the v1 value, but v1 value already gone. But v1 value already temporarily is stored in some variable, right? That you will get. So then what happened? v2 value copied into v1. v1 value, because if you do this directly without doing this, if you do this directly, v2 value is copied into v1, but v1 value gone. So before it is getting erased, we are storing that value temporarily in a different variable. So I said temp, some variable I have taken, or v3, whatever it is. So safe side, I kept that value in somewhere. Now I will use that and I will get that value into v2. Now v2 value came to v1, v1 value came to v2 with the help of one more additional variable. Now you display value of v1 and value of v2. Now you display. They change it. So value of v1 1, value of v2 99. You see this one, this is 1, this is 99. So when I say value of v1 1, value of v2 99, this is correct before swapping. After swapping, value of v1 become 99, value of v2 become 1. So the both values, they got exchanged. How we did that? Here, by taking one temporary variable helper. So they are exchanging. This is 100, this is 500. So 100, 500, but after exchange, they become 501. But now the same thing I wanted to do without this third variable. So there is no third variable. Without the help of third variable, I wanted to do. How to do? I have only v1, v2. Like, let's take it simple mathematics. You have two variables, x and y. X value 100, y value 200. You just think about the math. But suddenly something should happen. X value should become 200, y value should become 100. They both, their value should get interchange. A and B, two variables are there. A value 1, B value 2. Now do some calculation. Think about it. But my A value should become 2, my B value should become 1. Is it possible without third variable? Okay, how to do, I don't ask you. Is it possible to do that swapping without taking a third variable? So you have very simple. You think about generally. You take two glasses.
No.
Okay. So yeah, you take two glasses on your dining table. You take one water in one glass, and in other glass you take some other liquid. Now that liquid should that liquid should go to this glass. This liquid should go to that glass. So you have to exchange their content. How do you exchange? First, you have to vacate one glass, right? So whatever the juice is there in one glass, first you will pour that in some third tool. You will take a vessel and you will take another container. In that you will pour that. Then the glass is empty. You will fill this glass. You will copy the juice of this glass into the other glass. then whatever the side you kept it, you will take that and you will fill this. So that is how the both glasses are exchanged their content by taking the help of third vessel, some extra vessel, correct? Similarly here also, we did that. We taken a variable called temp. This value we kept there and we copied second value. First value we got from the temporary variable. But without help of third variable, can we do that? Is there a way possible? I heard one answer, no, not possible. What about others? What is your opinion?
Not possible.
Not possible. Good. Any other opinions? Think about it. You have two variables, algebraic. You have two variables x and y. X value 100, y value 200. Think about it. Suddenly x value should become 200, y value should become 100. Without z, without taking third variable. So think about it. Just can we do by any other way? Can we do by any other means? By doing any addition, subtractions, multiplications, divisions, whatever it is, but without taking third variable. If someone think it is possible but don't know how to do, still even you can share your view. You can share your opinion. Few people said not possible without taking third variable. I accept that, agree that. Any other opinions from others?
We can do V1 is.
Yeah, tell me.
V1 is equal to V2, then V2 is equal to V1.
See, the moment you say V1 equal to V2, what happened? V2 value copied into V1. Then when you said V2 equal to V1, at this time, what is the V1 value? What is the value of V1? It is already got the value of V2. So that value only is again copied into V2. Did you get me?
Yeah, I said this because it is possible in Python.
No, nowhere it is possible. For example, V1 equal to 10, V2 equal to 20. Then what you said? First you said V1 equal to V2. What happened? The value of V2, you are copying into V1. Then what will happen? What is the value of V2? 20. So my V1 become 20. After this, what you are trying to do? You are doing this. V2 equal to V1. Now you see what is the current value? When the system is executing this statement, when the program running this statement, what is the value of V1 there? At this time, what is the value of V1?
20.
Yeah, that 20 only copied into V2. So V2 also become 20. Finally, if you display the output, V1 also 20, V2 also 20. That original V1 value 10 already gone. You not kept it any third variable. That's already erased. Then again, if you wanted to get this V1, how it will go? It never works, whether it is in Python or in Java or in C or C++. It is a general logic only. V1 equal to V2, V2 equal to V1, it will work in Python? No, it will not work in Python also. How it works? By the time you are trying to copy the V1 value into V2, V1 value already lost. Now the V1 value already become 20. Where is that 10? Look at here. Where is that 10? It's not there anywhere. Okay, I will give you one hint, guys. It is possible without third variable. Without third variable also we can do. Now you think about it. Now I said it is possible.
Sorry. I have one.
Yeah, please. You are on the way actually. Correct. It is possible, but how?
We can write. Can we
Yes,
write
yes,
here
yes.
V1 comma V2 is equal to V2 comma V1?
No. No. This is the only way we can do. I mean, what you are saying? V1 comma
V2.
V1 comma V2.
Is equal to V2 comma V1.
This is not allowed in ABAP. Even if you do like this also, first of all, this is a syntactical error. System cannot do this one. One target operand, source operand. Equal operator will work only with one left-hand side operator, right-hand side operator. This comma kind of assignment is not possible. This is not possible in ABAP. So I said it is possible. I said it is possible. We can do that without third variable. I can able to exchange the value of V1 to V2, value of V2 to V1. And if I display V1, V2, I will get their outputs correctly exchanged. But how to do? Think team, you just think about it. You take some normal 10th class intermediate video mathematics, right? So let's think about two variables, X and Y. If they have value 5 and value 10, how can first value become 10 and second value become 5? Can I do this first? So team, can I do this? V1 equal to V1 plus V2. Can I write that? I can do this, right? Then if I say enough, your job is done. You think about it, what is happening here in these two lines? So 10 and 20, correct? V1 is 10, V2 is 20. So after the first line, what happened? V1 equal to how much it become? I said V1 plus V2, 20 plus, okay, I should do one more also. So by doing this, what is happening, we will observe here. Now V1, V2 is 10, 20 initially. Now here, let's do this calculation. I said V1 equal to V1 plus V2. So V1 plus V2 means 10 plus 20, how much it become? 30. Now V1 value become how much? 30. And after that, what is the statement I wrote? V2 equal to V1 minus V2. What is the V1 value now? 30 minus 20. V2 equal to V1 minus V2. 30 minus 20. How much V2 value become? 10. And after that, I said V1 equal to V1 minus V2. Okay. Now what is the V1 value? 30. 30 minus what is the V2 value? 10. 30 minus 10. If you do, what is the V1 value will become?
20.
See this one? They both got they both exchanged their values. Initially V1 is 10, V2 is 20. Now V1 is 20, V2 is 10. That values are exchanged. I did not use any third variable here, but just used a different calculation. So without third variable, also we can do this if you do this way. So I didn't use any third variable. V1 equal to V1 plus V2, V2 equal to V1 minus V2, V1 equal to V1 minus V2. Then execute this. So my V1 value 555, my V2 value 999. No problem. After the swapping, my V1 value become 999, my V2 value become 555. It will work. So this value is 5. This value is 100. It is doing 100 plus 5, 105, 105 minus 5, 100, 100 minus that 5, 95. So they both exchanging their values and they're getting the values become exchanged. Here we did this with these 3 lines of calculation. Okay, this is not ABAP skill. I'm saying just only applying our learnings for the real-time needs, for the real-time problems, for the situations. Do we have any alternative, something like that to think about? So that's why I given the hint like it is possible, but to think about how to do. Still, that is fine, team. So this program also you can use. Hope you understood this. What is happening here? You do some rough, you take some examples of rough numbers, and then do these 3 statements. You will see that magically they got the same after swapping values. Okay, so this code. So I said about program 6 or program 7, but in program 7 I asked you how to even do the further sum until you, so that the sum of digits should keep on continue until you get the total, until you get the final answer into single digit. You do that how to do, and so read 3 numbers and display the biggest one on the output. Have you done this program? Has anyone done this program? Program 5. Read 3 numbers and display the biggest one. Has anyone done that program or not?
Yes, yes, I have done.
Only one. Very bad response. Why not others? What is your program name? Can you tell me your program name?
Z77
Z77
underscore biggest.
Good. If V1 is greater than V2 and V1 is greater than V3, you are saying biggest number is V1. Else, if V2 is greater than V1 and V2 is greater than V3, the biggest number is V2. Else, if those two failed, that is nothing but V3 is the biggest one. Okay. So let me run this. Value 5, value 6, value 9. Okay, biggest I got 9. But now I will take 5, 9, 9. Biggest 9. I will take all as 9, 9, 9. Biggest 9. Minus 5, minus 6, minus 2. Can you tell me which is the biggest one?
Minus 2.
Correct? So this program is going to, looks like it is going to dump. What happened? It is getting jammed. No problem. We'll terminate this session. Something is wrong in the system. Got it. Minus 2. Fantastic. So, can we do it in any other way? This is okay. Agree. Absolutely fine. Can we do it in some other way? Like if my V1 is greater than V2, this is a simple way to understand, but we will make it a little complex. Then what I will do, I will understand that my V2 is bigger. I mean my V1 is bigger one. Then I will check if V2 is greater than V3. So what I will do is, instead of writing so many write statements, I will do like this, big equal to v3. So that v3 value we are storing in some variable, big equal to v3, else big equal to v2. And if else, I will check if v1 is greater than v3, big equal to v1, else big equal to v3, else if v2 greater than v3, big equal to v2, else big equal to v3. Then finally, I will say one write statement, right? Biggest value. I'm just capturing that whichever is the biggest. I'm capturing that into the variable called big, and finally that output I'm displaying at once instead of writing so many write statements. So I have taken a variable here, data big. This is absolutely fine, not an issue at all. Even sometimes if you wanted to write it with nested if also, I'm checking if v1 is greater than v2. In case yes, that means v1 is bigger. Then I need to check that v1 with finally my v3 also. If it is also true, then obviously the biggest is the v1. If this is fails, then automatically my biggest will become v3. In case in the first condition this fails, that means v2 is big one. If you come to else, that means v2 is big one. That v2 we are comparing with v3. Then I'm deciding whether v2 is the big one or v3 is the big one. Finally, that big value, finally we got it, and we have stored it in the variable b, and we are displaying that. Check for the errors. Incorrect nesting. Else if, else, and if. Okay, if, else. Okay, here. Both are correct, team. This is also okay. This is also okay. Up to your logic and the need, you have to write. $10, $20, $30. Star, right? Array. I did not take that as an integer. 10, 20, 30. So your logic is also giving 30. My logic also giving 30 as the biggest one. Both are fine. You can write it in any of these manners. That is good. And then so biggest value is fine. But I asked this program also. Read a number and find the sum of 1 to that number. Who did this? Question number 4. Did you? Did you find the sum of digits? Who is this? 77? J77. Who is this?
Mine. Komala.
Komala. So Komala, have you done that question number 4?
Yes.
So you have to read a number and you should find the sum of 1 to that number. Okay. What is your program name for that?
Z77.
Okay.
The sum.
you have taken one number, then that many times you are adding sum equal to sum plus count. That count value you are increasing. That's okay. Fine, we can do this. Even in another way also, even we don't require count also, because we have one variable loop counter. There is a system variable automatically internally there, right? So that is also doing that sum. So this code we can do this way also. Sum equal to sum plus. First time when the loop is running, that loop count 1. Second time when the loop is running, that loop serves SAP index, right? So then you don't require this count variable to be. So sum1 is your way of doing it. I'm taking another variable, sum2. So you did sum1 that way. Even we can do this way also. I don't require a variable to be added with 1 because automatically there is a system variable. First time when the loop is running, its value is 1. Second time when the loop is running, its value is 2. So it is automatically giving that same natural numbers, sequential numbers. And all of that numbers I am adding into sum2. So let me display. So sum1 is your answer. Similarly, sum2. So I'm displaying this one also. Let us see. So if I say 10, if I say 5, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Whose answer is correct? I think my answer is only correct. 1 to 5, what is the sum? 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. It should come 15, right? Why are you not getting 15? Do number times. 5 times this loop is running. Sum equal to sum plus 1. So 1 you added. Count you increase it by 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. Second time the loop is running. Sum plus 2. So the problem here is, by default, you know, this is the problem. You have to take the count value by default to 1. Otherwise, you are adding that value after adding the sum. Initially, it is 0. So you are adding, next time it is coming, but the total answer, you are not getting the complete count. So if I give 10, I wanted to say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 10. So if I see the output, the correct output is 45. You are getting the correct output is 55. But in your logic, you are getting 45 because the last digit 10 is not getting added. The last number you are adding after that loop is terminating. You are not adding that increased number. The last number 10 not get added. That's why your output is coming 45. My output is coming 55. The 55 is the right answer. What is the wrong thing we did here is that you have to increase this count value before, and after that you should add it to sum. You first increase the count, then add the count. Initially 0, count value 0, you no need to add that. Okay, sum1 equal to sum1 plus count. Now you see, activate this, execute this. You can test this now. Komala, if you test this output yesterday, you could have noticed that the sum is not coming correctly. So if I say 5, now you are also getting 15. I am also getting 15. So this is the right way of writing the statement sequence. So team, inside the loop, automatic numbering is by default coming by the internal system variable side index. Instead of taking an extra variable, we can do this way. You need to note down all these things, think about logically, and able to solve it. Follow these things, team. These are all general logical analysis only. No one will teach in neither of the programs about how to do this, how to think about it. Thinking is your skill, not going to be taught by somebody. We will teach ABAP only. We don't teach thinking. Correct? No one can teach. Your logical thinking, your analysis, your verification of the answer, your thought process about improving the logic, your thought process about finding the other way of doing, that is all your personal qualities, which is not going to be taught by anybody in any language. Whether we are learning Java or we are learning ABAP, we will teach ABAP. We will not teach the logical thinking. You should make your, but I'm pretty sure that you all are gems. Certainly more and more capable people. Yes. Not apply your power of thinking in resolving the problems. That is the only concern. Not like don't have that capacity. Certainly have the capacity, but not applying the complete potentiality seriously, strongly on the needs. On certain scenarios, in any of the personal challenges and personal cases, personal scenarios, oh my God, you will think 10 times better than even what you are. But when it comes to these learnings and then developments, will use only half of, or even sometimes lesser than that of your potentiality. We need to think of this, your project requirements, your project challenges also like your personal challenges. How to overcome through that? What is the alternative? Otherwise, I have no option. I must resolve this. I must solve this. Okay, all of you, you copy down this program name, which I have modified in this chat 77. So this one also you can refer in finding the sum of numbers in two alternative ways. Okay, so this one is done. There are two important things. Number one, getting the answer. Number two, getting the answer in more finest way. Both are important. So from Hyderabad to Bangalore, you should go. Hyderabad to Bangalore, you should go. Ultimately, you should reach to Bangalore. How do you go? From Hyderabad to Bangalore, will you take the Bangalore Express Highway and then will you go? Or first from Hyderabad, you will go to Bangalore. Sorry, from Hyderabad, first you will go to Bombay. From Bombay, you will go to Kochi. And from the Kochi, you will come to Bangalore. Will you go? Anyhow, you are reaching Bangalore. You will say that I am already in Bangalore. Oh, you reached Bangalore? Okay, that's fine, enough. But how did you reach? Reaching Bangalore is equally important. That is the ultimate output. But how we are reaching there is also important. Instead of traveling 700 kilometers, you traveled about 1800 kilometers. I got the answer now. I got the result now. Then what is wrong in that? To some extent, that argument is okay. But still, you wasted a lot of your time, energy, spending by choosing a reverse, by choosing a wrong route. Correct? Getting the correct answer, agree, you already reached Bangalore. But did you really taken the best optimum route? Not really. Same like that, while developing programs also, we are wasting, sometimes we will waste some of the system resources. System will take more memory, system will take more time to run your code, depend on the logic. Okay, these programs for system, this is nothing about. But eventually you are going to write a lot of SQL commands. You are going to read the data from database tables. Multiple tables, multiple joins you will write. That times your program is going to read 1 lakh records, 2 lakhs records from 4 to 5 tables. Then you are going to do some sorting and then additions on those records. Certainly that time this thought process is very much important then. am I using the best possible way of handling that situation? Your programs are going to be screened by your seniors, which we call peer review. So during the peer review, they will look at how you are writing the coding, how you are really framing the select statement. Getting output is second. You will also get output. I will also get output. I'm telling now. I'm also reaching Bangalore. You are also reaching Bangalore. Reaching Bangalore, you are not missing. But did you really reach there in the best optimum route? Is the point. So we have to focus on picking up the best things, because for the program, for the system, the way of writing code is matters. Rather completing that program in 2.5 seconds, if that system is taking 4 to 5 seconds, rather finishing that execution in less than 2 seconds. If the program is taking close to 10 seconds, that means certainly you have written the program completely in a wrong way. Output is the same. Your program also giving the same output. My program also giving the same output. By looking at the output, definitely I won't say that your program is correct. The best possible way of writing SQL statements, the correct way of writing join statements, the correct way of writing looping statements, performing the calculations. These are all called best practices. In the programming world, in the IT world, that is the concept called best practices. So best practices are all about the best way of handling that particular task, doing that operations. Couple of things definitely we will teach in the part of course. So this is correct, this is where you should write, that is where you should write. But that's it only. Is that only the thing to learn about the best practices? Not really. There are so many things. Your personal interest, your personal motto only can take you there in finding and then getting to that level. All right. So next we will start about data dictionary. All right. So I hope all of you completed the remaining programs. Still, if there is any balance, try to finish that programs. And next we are going to discuss about data dictionary features in ABAP. So what is this data dictionary? Basically, this is again another tool like ABAP editor. Basically, from this tool, we are going to work on database level objects like tables, structures, views, kind of objects. So you know that if I open my PPT, 1 second. So in our last session, I told you also that SAP is managing every object solely in the database. All of our programs, data, everything is getting stored only in the database. So every SAP product by default comes with one RDBMS system, and in which all the tables also we do have. I also told you that we would have different types of databases like Oracle SQL Server in the older scenarios. Nowadays we are having our database is called HANA. Ultimately, whatever the database it could be, whether it is Oracle or HANA, but the purpose is the same thing. So where we are going to have our tables, where we are going to keep all of our data in set of tables. So SAP by default, when you do the installation, it is by default creating a lot of tables in the system in this database. If you see this picture, the selected picture, so all the standard tables, there are so many tables already available. Similar way, you can create your own tables also, your own custom tables also if you require. For doing all these things, we do work from Data Dictionary. So Data Dictionary is again collection of, is a tool from which we are able to handle, from which we are able to create database objects like tables, like views, etc. Most of the times, you will not get a requirement to create custom tables because sales order tables, purchase order tables, all the tables are already there. You will have a requirement about to modify something in the already existed table. That we do. Sometimes when you are developing completely new applications from the scratch, that times definitely you will have the requirement of creating new tables also. So if you have a requirement about create a new table, how to create a new table? That we will see first. While creating the table, we will automatically come to know certain other features also, like domains, data elements, kind of things. So we'll go step by step. As you know, table always a tabular format in which you can store the data. Correct. So every table will have some fields. In each field, you will store some certain type of data. Let's take a simple scenario. For example, I wanted to create some student. So there is a tech ed company. In that, some students are joining for attending some courses. I wanted to develop some ABAP program for that. So for that, there is no such kind of table available in SAP system. We had a requirement to go and create a new table. If that is the scenario, how do we create the table? Normally, when you are working for table creations, if you look at this sheet, let me zoom this. All right. So you know that the table always will have some table columns, employee ID, or else let me take it as a student ID, student name, correct, and which course he joined for, and what is the duration of the course, number of days, and what is the fee of the course, and then status, is that course completed or not. So like this, we need to create a table. So these are the columns we are expecting in this table, correct? Now, in this student ID, what I'm going to store 101, student ID 101, student ID 102, student ID 103, like that I'm going to store, right? So definitely this is some numbering, some numbers only we are storing. So it is a number type. This is a number type. So this is when the course is going to start date, status. So then student name, what you are going to store about his name, correct? That means it is again some character type. Again course, this is also character type. Course duration about number of days, so again it is a number type. And fees is also some amount, so it is a number type. And the date is about some date type. So status is about some character. If the course is not yet started, so course are currently running, it is C. If course already completed, you will have the status as C. C for completed, or for currently running, and yet to start. So why for yet to start? So like that we need to maintain the status. So basically in a table, when you wanted to store some data, we need some columns, and what type of data, what kind of data you are going to store in the table, we should provide that also. Otherwise somebody will come and store some value 500 here. Why 500 is coming? This column should not allow 500s. This column should not allow, right, some names like this. This column should allow only dates. If we create a table where in this date column, if I'm entering some value by mistake, if it is allowing that, there is no meaning. System should do check that, hey, sorry, you given wrong value. This column will take only dates. If you give something other than dates, that is not supposed to be allowed. Similarly, the fees, if I am typing a name, it will say, sorry, this is a numeric field. You must give a value. Like that, when I'm creating field, again, he is also student number 1 or 2. Kishore is student number 1 or 2, Satya. Then system will stop you. Hey, there is already a student named Satya with the student ID 102. You are trying to create one more entry, Kishore also, with same student ID 102, which is not allowed. So table should have all these restrictions. Because table is very crucial. The data in the table is very crucial. That is the reasons we are storing the data in the form of a table. It is easy to store, easy to retrieve. And not only that, your table also will follow certain precautions. It will validate the data. If anything going wrong, it will stop you there. But we need to ensure all these things are well defined when you are creating the table. How do we do that? Not allowing the duplicate columns in the student ID. Not allowing the duplicate columns in the student ID. Correct? So student ID always should be unique. Duplication should not be allowed. That we can achieve by defining that field as a primary key field. Student name must. One student entry, so he joined for Java course, duration 90 days, and course fees 5,000. Start date 12th October 2023. Course set to start. Why? But you given everything, but you did not give the student name. System should not allow this entry to be created. Whether you give other details or not, but student name must be there. I wanted to do that. So the student name columns should have a value. I can achieve that. We can achieve that by particularly saying this is not null. It should not be blank. Similarly, my company, I mean, here we are offering only 3 courses: Java, ABAP, .NET. These are the 3 courses, and Python. These are the 4 courses only our company is offering. So any student joined should be enrolled for these courses. So here this student ID, student Satya joined for ABAP. That is okay. It will accept. It will take the entry. But suddenly I created entry, Satya joined for C++. No, your table should not allow that, because I wanted this table these courses always to be validated. Only these 4 courses should be allowed. Other than these 4 courses, if I'm trying to create an entry with any different course, system should not allow me. That we can achieve by providing a value range. So I will provide some value range that you always please check these are the only values to be taken. Otherwise, don't allow. If I can do that, then automatically I cannot create an entry in this table if the course is not falling in this 4. System will not allow you. You can achieve that by giving some value range. Then many more formatting features like student status. The student status to be taken, it should have only the values y, that means yet to start or running, it is currently running or it is completed. Oh, course is open. Open means it is open for registrations but not yet started. R for running, currently running, course already started, course completed. Either O or R or C. Only these values only to be allowed. O or C. Only these values only to be allowed. Other values should not be allowed. Some fixed values. I can do that. Similarly, this field should not allow any value other than the dates. Very particular format of the column that we can achieve. We can do all these things when you are creating by providing the format. So primary key validation you can do, not null validation you can do, value range of providing you can do, and currency conversions you can do, date formats you can do, and fixed value ranges again. You can do all these things when you are creating the table. Normally for creating a table, what is important? First, what are required actually? What are required for creating a table? Number one, your table name. Next, what are the fields and data type for each field? How many fields you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. What is this type? Numbers. This is characters, numbers, dates, character. So what is the particular data type you should provide? Next, you must provide one primary key for identifying the rows uniquely. And some other technical settings also we need to provide. If we can do all these things, then automatically you can create a new table as like Mara table, as like other tables. You can create your own table, and once if the table is created, you can automatically start creating entries also into the table. You can write some development, you can develop some applications on top of the table. So from that applications, new entries can be created in the table. While creating the table, from the tool S11, along with table, there are two more important things that also you will come across. Number one, domain. Number two, data element. So these two components also we will create and we will work with them. As I said, one is domain and the other one is the data element. So what is the importance of domain and data element? What is the value addition we are getting by using this? And what is the role of a domain in the table? And what is the role of a data element in the table? That we'll understand. But the question is, can I create a table without creating domains and data elements? Or is it compulsory that I should create a table? Before creating the table, I should create some domains and data elements. Without having domains and data elements, I cannot create a table. So which statement is correct? So the correct statement is a table can be created without domains and data elements also. You don't need to create a domain, you don't need to create a data element. You can directly create a table. But still, even why are we creating domains and data elements is we can have some advantage. We can able to easily maintain the table. We can easily able to develop multiple tables on top of this table if you are going with the concept of domains and data elements. First, we will see how to create a normal table first without creating domains and data elements. As I'm creating a student table, first I will create a simple table without domains and data elements. Then I will start using domains and data elements. Then you will understand what is the difference you are getting if you are using domains and data elements. Let me go to SAP screen. So this is again some step-by-step process is there. So do follow carefully, and also try to maintain some running notes also. Let's go to SC11. This is called ABAP Dictionary. You see here, the very first option is database table. We will create domains and data elements from here. Domains from here, data elements from here. Views also we can create. Search helps also we can create. We'll see other types of objects also. First you go to database table. First let me create one temporary table, gtemp. As like your programs here also, you should start with Z or Y for your tables. So first I will show you a temporary student table, gtemp_student. So without domains and data elements I'm creating, right? That's why I said it is a temporary table. I can work on this one also, okay? Any name you can give. I given some name. Click on create. If you click on create, it will take you to the dictionary table creation screen. First step is provide the description. Student table. Okay, description we given. After that, you see here there are some tabs: attributes, delivery and maintenance, fields, input help check, currency quantity fields, indexes, all these things are there. First, by default, it will go to this place, delivery and maintenance. Here, two things are there. You need to provide some values here. The first one is about the delivery class. Here, there are some delivery classes, standard delivery classes available, A, C, L, G, E, S, W kind of things. But we don't use all these things. Either we go with A or C. Normally, for creating of master tables and transaction tables, we do use A, delivery class A, and for any maintenance activities, if you are doing, we do create the delivery class as C. So mostly we do create our transparent tables with the delivery class A. You will not see any direct difference if it is A or C. You will not directly see the difference. Basically, there is a concept called table space. Inside the database, all these tables are getting stored in different rooms. That rooms are called table spaces. So all the tables of delivery class A will get stored physically close to each other, so that their joins, their associations can be done quickly. Okay, even if it is belongs to a different delivery class, also that can be done. But in general, all the master tables and transaction tables we do create with the delivery class A. Choose the delivery class A. Here, there is another option is there, data browser, table view editing. There are some options here. Maintenance allowed, maintenance not allowed, or only display allowed. Like that, some options are here. You choose this option, you will see the difference also. Choose the option display maintenance allowed. So two things we are chosen here. Choose the delivery class value A. Choose the data browser or table view editing option as allowed. Display or maintenance allowed. If it is not allowed, what will happen? We'll see after some time. Display maintenance allowed. Okay, no? So two settings you have done. Enough. After that, you should go to fields. The first part is over. This delivery class A, maintenance allowed. Then go to fields. Here, you can maintain the field name. And you look at here, it is asking for the data element. Wow. You need to provide the data element name here. I told you already. Data element. You will create a domain. After the domain, you will create the data element. this data element name, that data element name system is expecting here. But I did not create any data element. I don't have any data element. That is okay. There is an option here, built-in type. We can click on that. So system will not ask for data element. Directly you can provide the required data types here. But if you have data elements, click on this data element and you can provide the data element names here. Right now I don't have any data element. Let me click on built-in type. See, you can switch between. If you are in built-in type, all these are enabled. This is disabled. If you are in data element, only data element is enabled. All the remaining are disabled. For now, you be in the built-in type. So here, let's provide some fields: student ID, SID. What is the data type? In student ID, what are you trying to store? I told you, no? These are student ID. It is a number field. Student name. It is a character field. Student course. Again, character field. Student ID. In the data type, you can go to this help button. Here you will see different data types. So there is a button here. This is called F4 help. That option is called value help. You can type, you can press F4 function key, or you can directly click on this. If you press F4 also it will come. Otherwise you can click on this magnifier. So there are some standard data types. So student ID, I wanted to store integers only. Here there are some data types: int1, int2, int4, int8. Depend on student numbers, definitely will not be in the lakhs. Okay. So this if you choose int1, you can store maximum 0 to 255. So not more than that values. So in case if there are 400 students, 500 students, so that cannot store the value more than 255. So better let me choose int2, because here I can store from minus 32,000 to plus 32,000. Yeah, absolutely. This is fine for me. So let me choose int2. Int2. Press enter. Automatically the length value came as 5. You no need to provide the length value for the int2. System knows it is a 5-character place. Description you need to write. Student ID. Over. First field is over. Next one. Student name. Is it also number or a character? It is a character. Again, go to data type. Choose character type. How many characters for each student? I wanted to store up to 25 characters length. Student name. Then course. So again, this is also character type. You can directly type also, too, not a problem. Character type of length 10. Course. Phase. Again, this is a numeric type, floating type, different data types we have. Decimal type, data type, everything we have. For suppose not fees. So course start date. Date, start date. So the data type, I should use DATS, DATS, DATS. It will also automatically take the length. You no need to give the length 8. Okay. Start date. Enough. It is a temporary table only, so I don't create many more fields here. So I created 4 fields. But what is the additional things you should provide? One field should be the key field. So here student ID is the unique field. So we should choose this. So student ID I have taken as a key field. Enough. At least primarily whatever is required that I have given. Just before closing this, we need to do another settings. For that, you click on this technical settings button. Just one more last step to do.
Sriram,
Yes, please.
what is the use of key field?
As I said, key field will not allow the duplicate values. So same student number, if you enter one more time, system will say, sorry, this entry already there. It will not allow the duplicate values. Can I create two students? So two student names can be Satya, but both the students cannot have the student ID as a same 102, correct?
Yeah.
So at least one field should be the key field, so that system will not allow the duplicate values in that column.
And is this key field is mandatory for every table?
Yes, key field is mandatory for every table. Without key field, it will not allow to create the table.
We can create 2-3 key fields also, right?
We can have multiple key fields also. For example, I said in a different scenario, field 1, field 2, both are, there are two fields. Both I have taken as key fields together. So these two fields I have taken as key fields. In that case, what will happen? For example, if field 1 only the key field, see field 1 is only the key field now. 101, 102 allowed, 103 allowed, again 101 not allowed, because 101 already there, it will not allow, because this is only key field. But now I said field 1 and field 2 both are key fields. Now you see 101 Ravi allowed, 102 Kishore allowed, 103 Satya allowed, 101 Raz allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Why? 101 already there, but why it is allowing? This time it will check the combination of both. This is a 101 Ravi, this is 101 Raz. So 101 Ravi is different, 101 Raz is different. So system will allow in this case, because I have two key fields. So system will consider the uniqueness by the combination of both fields. If you have two fields as key fields, now 101 Raz also allowed, because system is not finding that it is a duplicate entry. It's not a duplicate entry. 101 Ravi is different, 101 Raz is different. But here, if this one also I give 101 Ravi, then system will say, hey, same 101 Ravi, 101 Ravi 2 times came, so not allowed. That is how it will check the validation. But if you have only one key field, like only field 1 is the key field, whether you give Ravi or whether you give Raz, no matter what, system will not allow. Why? Because 101 is there, again 101, sorry, it's not allowed. So that is the difference between making one field as key field and two fields as key fields. If you make two fields as key fields, system will check the uniqueness based on the combination of both values. Example, there is a table, leaves, another table. So student number 101, on some date on 10th October, he has taken a leave, sick leave. If I make a student number as primary key, student number 102, on 12th October, he taken a casual leave. So all the leaves are recording here. Student number 101, again on 15th October, he has taken, right, one more sick leave, but system will not allow this entry. Why system not allowing this entry? Because system is saying that 101 already there is a row already there in the table. Again, 101 should not allow. Here 101 will take so many leaves. It should allow. Then you should take both student ID and leave date as key fields. If these two are key fields, if we make these two as the key fields, then this table will allow, because this 101 10th October, this is 101 15th October. System will see the uniqueness on the combination of these two. 101 10th October is different, 101 15th October is different. Yes, then system will allow this entry also. System will say permitted. All these are permitted. That is the way we can achieve not only uniqueness. Again, same 101, again on 15th October, how one student can take two types of leaves on the same day? Definitely not, right? So 101 15th October, already there is an entry. 101 15th October, should it allow? It should not allow. But again, 101 18th October, should it allow? Yes, of course it should allow. So like that, it will check the validation by looking at the content on both the columns if we make two fields as the key fields. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's continue. Okay, so what I did, 4 fields, one field we taken as key field, student ID, student name, both I no need to do the key fields here, not required. So you save this, save it as a local object. After that, just one last setting we should do. You click on this technical settings button. Click on the technical settings. You see we given the field names and other stuff, right? So click on the technical settings. In the technical settings, here again there are 2 important settings to be given. Single record buffer, generic area buffered, buffering types, buffering mechanism. These things are little advanced. We'll see. Data class. These are the 2 areas we should fill. Mandatory. These 2 are mandatory. So data class. Let's go there. You choose the data class. The first data class you can choose APPL01. There is no significance for that. There are some data classes. You choose the first one, APPL and APPL1. And then size category. This is to allocate some memory to your table. If you keep the size as 0, in this table currently you can store 6,900 records. If you keep size category 1, you can store up to 27,000 records. Definitely in this table I am not going to store more than 5,000 student records. So this is enough for me. I can keep the size 0. Just depend on how many records you are going to store in that table, system will allocate the memory. Even if that memory exceeds, still we can store the records, not a problem. But this is just for an idea to the system to allocate some default memory. So provide these 2 settings, data class and size category. Save it. Come back. So what you did, technical settings, data class APPLO, size category 0 or 1. You can choose any size category, depend on. So click on save button, come back. Over. One last setting is about maintain the extensibility category. Suppose after 1 year, after 2 years, if you want somebody else to come and modify some more fields, add some more fields in this table, you wanted to allow people to make changes in this table. I mean to say, adding more fields in the future. You wanted to allow that or not allow that, you can restrict here. You go to utilities, not utilities, wait, append structure is all there, right? Maintenance category. Go to extras. There is a menu here, extras, enhancement category. Go there. Enhancement category. See, cannot be enhanced, can be enhanced. You can choose anything. You say can be enhanced. So in future, other people also can modify this table by adding more fields. In case if business needs, you can do that. It can be enhanced. Say copy. Over. See that enhancement category also we given. How we given? Go to extras. Enhancement category can be enhanced. Copy. Over. Now you activate your table. Table got activated. Table got active. Now we can create the entries into this table. So if you go to contents, number of entries, now it is saying 0 entries. Of course, just now only we created the table. We not created any entries. If we click on execute, nothing will come because no entries are created. But the table is there. See, I did not use any data elements. I just given what is the data type, what is the length required, some short description. Come back. Now, how can I create some entries into this table? We will check that. So there is a T code called SE16. SE16. From here, you can create entries into this table. Go there, you give your table name. You want to create entries, right? Click on this create button. Create entries. Student ID 101. As it is key field, it is coming in blue color. Student name Ravi. He joined for ABAP course. So automatically for date or some date control also coming. Easy for us. 30 August. You click on save. Done. Entry created. Come back. Again, you want to create one more entry? Go to create entries. Student number 102. Kishore. He joined for Java course, which is starting in September 5th. Next month 5th. Save it. You don't need to go back. You just click on this reset button. It will all become blank. 103. Satya joining for .NET. Start date is tomorrow, 31st. Save it. You want to create one more, go to reset. But now you see, again I gave 103 by mistake, right? John, he is joining for Python. Which is also starting from tomorrow. See, I'm trying to create a new entry, but I am using the same student ID. Student ID 103 Satya record already there. If I try to create, click on save button. It is just showing up things like this. You just go back. See the number of entries. How many entries are there? 3 only. Go to continue. Ravi, Kishore, Satya. See the John Python record not created. Why John Python record not enrolled? Because student number 103 is already there. So system will not allow you. Let's go to create. 103 John Python from tomorrow. Save it, save it, save it, save it. Come back. Still, it is not there in the table. Still, it's not getting because it is stopping for creating. Just give it 104. Remaining are all same. John Python tomorrow date. All are same. Just student ID I changed. Save this. Go back. You see, 4th record also created in this table. Like that, you can create tables.
Hello, Sriram.
Yes, please.
Can you explain again how to enter the data?
I told you there is a T code SE16. SE16. Go there. You give your table name. Click on create button. It will give the boxes. You type your values. 105. Seshu. Course C++. Actually, C++ should not allowed, but I did not set that control yet. So give the values, save it, and I've done. Go back and open your table. You can open the table from SC16 also or SC11 also. Go to table content, number of entries. Right now there are 5 entries. Execute, you can see 5 entries. But actually in our company there is no C++ course. But still I created the entry because I did not put that kind of validation check in the table. We will see how to do that.
Srikanth? Sorry, Sriram.
Yes, please.
We have to enter one entries like this, because if I am having 100 or 200 entries like this now, it takes time, right?
See, do you think like business users will go there and will open the table and will create the entries into these tables? No. Entries will never get created directly in the table like this. Entries always created. Let me show you. S11 Mara table is there. So in the Mara table, how many records are there? 626 entries are there. Let me go and see. These are the entries. Do you think in the business people will go to SC16 and go to Mara table, go to create button, and they will create the entries in the Mara table? No. We never do entries directly in the table. Here, for you to show that, I am just showing how to create the entries into the table. Always entries to be done from a transaction. There is an application, there is a screen. People enter the values on the screen. They will click on save. Then one more new material will get created. Like that, for your student table also, you should develop an application. You will give that application to the users. Users will get some screens. They will fill all the values. They will save that. Then one more entry will get created. Now for your question, for example, you have some 100 students records in an Excel file. You wanted to upload all the data directly into that table. We can do that. We can write an ABAP program. In that ABAP program, we can read all that 100 records from that Excel file, and our ABAP program will insert all of that 100 records very properly, very safely in the table. We can do that. There is a procedure for that. That is actually called a data migration. There are various tools are there for that. There is various specific mechanism is also there for that. So if you have some 500 records, 1000 records, which you wanted to directly get updated, uploaded in that table, like from your Excel file or from your local notepad file, we need to write an ABAP program for that. There are other tools also like BDC, LSNW kind of techniques also there. Using that also we can do. You will come to know those in the advanced areas, but we can do that. In fact, a company is using SAP very first time. Now, very first day, that is the very first day, company is using SAP. Now, when they go to Mara table, no materials are there because company not yet created any material. They are using SAP very first day, but already that company had lot of materials, correct? Now all that materials, how will they create in this one? Every one material, each individual material, they cannot go to MM01. They cannot enter all these fields. They cannot save because they have 10,000 materials. How do they save all their 10,000 materials data in the Mara table? They will take the help of you. Being an ABAPer, they will ask you, hey guy, we have 10,000 materials in an Excel file, but those are all our company materials. Now I want all that materials data in the Mara table. I don't have time to go to MM01 and create each material one after one. You please help me. You write a program. You copy all the 10,000 materials into Mara table. Once it is copied, tomorrow onwards, any new material I will create from MM01. MM01 is the transaction code from which you can create one more entry. Very safely tomorrow onwards, every new material you are creating, you will go from MM01, you will enter all the details, one more material will get created in the Mara table. But the 10,000 materials initially what they had, They cannot do one after one from the MM01. So they will ask you for your help. You will write a program for that. That program will copy all the data, all the open purchase orders, open sales orders, all their materials, all their registered customers, all their vendors. This is all part of every SAP implementation project. Just there before they are going live, we will copy all their current data, which they usually they will provide that in some files. So we will develop some programs. That program will safely keep that data in the respective database tables. All right. But table entries, we never do. Go to SC16 and go one after one. As we have the option here, I have shown that, but that's not the way we do. Either we will write a program to upload the data, bulk of records, or people have to go and use transactions only. If they want to create a sales order, no one will go to VA01 table. No one will go to VA01 table and will create a new sales order data directly there. That's not the way of creating a sales order. For creating the sales order, right? I mean, to VBAK table, they will go to VA01 T code. Here they will enter sales order type, organization details, everything, sales order item, quantity, price, everything they will enter on the screen. They will save it. Then it will create a new sales order in the table VBAK. So one more new entry will get created in the VBAK table, which contains sales orders. But we are not supposed to go to SC16 and create one more sales order directly in the table. That's not the right way of doing. Now, if I see this VBAK table, you see here, these are all the fields. I told you already, the first field mandate you can ignore. This is default internal system field. You leave it for now. There is only one key field, VBELN, sales order number. But if you see here, they are using the data elements. They used all the data elements here. Now we will see what is the use of data elements. So we created a table called a temporary student. So this is the fields: student ID, student name, student course, student start date. I did not use any data elements also. I just directly used the data types. Both are same. Instead of you giving the data types here, you will provide that information in the data elements. But with the use of data elements, we can easily able to maintain this data. Suppose tomorrow you wanted to modify this table. Some courses are added. Now the course size is not 10. This course size we need to change to 15. There are so many tables like that. In every table, that particular course field size from the column size 10 to 15 you should increase. Now every table you should go there, and in every table you should change that field value, the length from 10 to 15. But instead of doing that in every table, you modify that in the data element only once, all the tables will automatically update. So that kind of maintenance will become easy if you are working with domains and data elements. I will show you how to do that. As I said, first, domain. So what is domain? So it is again a repository object. Okay. So you will start and create with a domain with the G. For example, GSID, a domain name. In this domain, I will specify what is this data type. This is a number type. What is the field length? For example, course. G course. I created G course. What is the data type? Character type. How much size it has? Size 10. And it should contain only any value or only few values. No. It should contain Java, ABAP.NET. No other values. Acha, very good. Anything else like that? I will write everything inside my domain. So what is the data type? What is the size? What are the values only to be taken? And any other conditions also, that everything I can put inside a domain. Here my domain name is G course. Once the domain is created, next we will create a data element. What is this data element? You can use the same name for data element also. Now we created another repository object. Now this is my domain, G course. Your domain name, data element name can be same or different. Your wish, you can take. Now this domain I will use here. That domain I will use here. So each domain you will connect with one data element. That's why I wrote like this. First you will create the domain. That domain you will link to data element. So character, size 10, only allow these 3 values, and any other settings also you can mention there. All this information is there in your domain. That domain you will link to data element. Not only that, some field headings and some other special properties also we will maintain in the data element level. Some other special properties also we will maintain in the data element level. Once it is done, then in your table, what is the field name? What is the data element? What is the field 2? What is the data element? What is the field 3? What is the data element? You will mention, because every data element contains one domain also. So that the data element contains all the information. It is a character field, size 10, so and so field headings, every information is there. All that information will come to all these fields. Not only this table, this is table 1. Not only this table, tomorrow you are creating one more table. In this table also, you will have various fields. For these fields also, I can use the same data element. As long as my purpose is the same thing, I can use the same data element. So this data element I can use in this table, I can use in other tables, anywhere I can use. Now tomorrow, this course size, I need to change to 15, from 10 to 15. You no need to change table 1. You no need to change table 2. You no need to change table 3. You no need to change these tables. Directly you go to the domain. From here, if you change from 10 to 15, then automatically all these tables get updated with this size, because these are all interrelated on one after one. Let us see this practically. You will understand better. First, you have to create a domain. This is for each field. That domain, using that domain, you will create a data element. That data element you will refer to a field of the table. This is how this hierarchy goes. As I said, without domains and data elements also we created the table. But this will help you much better to organize your creations, because it is not one table, it is not one scenario. You are going to create hundreds of tables. Okay, so many related tables. About student table I created. Is that the only table? That student is paying some installments. That details will be there in a different table. That student is actually taking some books from the library. Which book taken, what is the book title, on which date he taken, on which date he written, all that information I should maintain. That will be there in different table. Again, another data belongs to student leaves. That will be there in different table. Student installments is in another table. Student library details in another table. Student leaves is in another table. And student other activities are in different table. So multiple tables you will create. In all these tables, student name always should be character 20. Student ID should have a common relation. So all these things we can ensure that consistency. That consistency we can ensure only if we have domains and data elements. Let us see the same table. How do we create with the domains and the data elements? So this is a temporary table I created. Now I will create a fresh table. Z student. But before go to create my Z student table, first let me create some domains and data elements first. Go to domain. Type in new domain Z66 underscore SID. Again, I started following our same naming standard stream. Z66 underscore student ID. First, I am creating a domain. Click on create. Give some description. Student ID. You see here, what is the data type to be taken in this domain? So this is a integer 2. Integer 2 by default coming with the number of characters 5. You no need to give the size value for numerics. Is there any decimal places? No, not required. Output length 6, that is okay. Output normal, or that minus sign should go to left hand side, right hand side. You can set that. Routine, not required. I mean, so many things also we can do. Is there any value range? No, there is no value range. Just it is an integer 2, output length 5, no decimals. Save this. Save it as a local object. Activate this. It is activated. So I will maintain this information. So first I am creating some domains. What is the domain I created? Z66 underscore student ID. Okay, one domain created. Once again I'm showing, I'm creating another domain here. Once again follow this, go to domain, Z66 underscore student name. Each field, click on create. Student name. What is the data type to be taken? Not integer. I should go for currencies, cookies. These are all standard data types, decimals, right? Character. How much size? Size 20. Enter. Nothing else more. No other conditions. Check for the errors. Activate it. Very good. Come back. So I created another domain also, Z66 underscore student name. Then Z66 underscore course. I will create this differently now. I'm creating one more domain. SID, SNAME, S course. Student course. Create. Course title. This is again character type. Each course is size 10. Enter. But I want to allow only ABAP .NET to Java. No other values. Go to value range. In this value range, I can provide the values what you want to maintain there. There are two boxes there. This box I will tell you after that. So Java in capital letters. ABAP. Python. Hey, Python spelling, I think PYTH. Right. So three things I maintained here. The fixed value Java, ABAP, Python I said in the value range. Save this. Local object. Activate this. Now, how many domains I created? 3 domains. Now I will create 3 data elements. Same names you can use for data element also. For each of this data element, we should tag your respective domain. First, create a data element. To create a data element, you should go here. There is no data element here, data type is there. No problem. You should go there. So give your data element Z66 underscore student ID. Domain name, data element name need not be same. That is different. This is different. Let me give like this. What is wrong? No problem. Z66 underscore STU underscore ID. This is the name of my data element. Just to avoid confusion, we will take the same names. Here I taken domain like this. Here I am taking data element name like this. Not a problem. Can be the same names, can be different names. Click on create. Here there are three options. You choose data element. These two also we will create after a while. Click on continue. Here you give some description. This is the important description. Student. This description only will come in your table. So give some nice description here. Now it is asking what is the relevant domain. You have to provide your domain name here. Whatever the domain name you created, Z66 star, you can search. How to search? I don't know. I forgot the name. Go to help. Click on this help button. You give Z66 star. Then click on continue. So these are the three domains you created just before. Now which domain you want to use? Student ID domain. Select that. Continue. Enter. You see, integer 2, size 5, everything, whatever you given in the domain, that will come here. So give a domain name. After that, go to field label. Here we need to maintain some labels. So this labels also will be useful. This is a short label. This is a medium label. This is a long label. This is heading, student identification. When you are developing reports, ALV reports, so you want short heading or you want long heading, you can propose that. You can get different headings. You can keep all same names or different names, depend on size. See, big heading, small, medium heading, long heading, short heading, just some labels, field labels. Enough. See, you go to data type, you provide the domain name, then go to field labels, you write some labels, save it, activate it. Fantastic. It is activated. So I created one. I created one data element. For this data element, I referred this domain. For this data element, I referred this domain. Now let me create another data element, Z66 underscore STU underscore name. For this data element, I will refer this domain. Let's see how to create. Go to data type, give your new data element name, STU underscore name. Click on create, data element, create, give some short description. What is the domain you wanted to provide here? We have that domain name, right? This is our domain name. If you know the name, you can directly type. Or you can go to help and you can get it. Enter. Say character 20, this came. Go to field label, name, STU name, student name. Just to give some labels, save it, activate it. If it is not active, we cannot use this. Come back. So I created my second data element also with this name. I used the same domain name. Sorry, I used this domain. Now I will create one more data element. Just to avoid confusion, I will create a data element also with same name. Look at these two. my domain name and my data element name both are same. Look at these two. My domain name and the data element name both are same. No problem. You can create like that also. Create one more data element. Get 66 underscore course. Earlier, S course, correct? S course. So go to data type, create. You are creating a data element. Course title. What is the domain name? Domain name also the same name. Enter characters 10. Everything you got here. Go to labels. Course title. Course title. Course name. Anything you can write, not a problem. Save it. Save as local object. Activate it. Come back. Now you see, we successfully created 3 domains, 3 data elements. If you observe here, I given different names. Between domain and data element, I given different names. But here I taken the same names. Every data element will refer to one domain. 3 domains, 3 data elements. Ultimately, data elements are only important. Domains are becoming the internal part of data element. We don't use domains in the table directly. We do use only data elements. Domain already become the part of data element. Now let's create a new fresh table. Go to database table. Get 66 underscore student. This is my actual table I'm creating. Go to create. Student info. Delivery class A. Display maintenance allowed. Go to fields. Now you see here student ID. Now I have a data element. I already created a data element. I can use that here. Earlier what I did, earlier I went to built-in types. Here I provided what is the data type, what is the length, how many decimals, what is the description. I maintained all this. Now I don't want all this information. I already captured in a data element. That data element name I can give here. What is the data element name? For student ID, what is the data element name?
Z66 student ID. STU.
Say the correct name. Z66 underscore SID or Z66 underscore STU underscore ID. What I should use?
Z60.
Z60.
That's cool.
No.
Z66 underscore STU underscore ID.
Yes, domain already become the part of data element. I should use the data element name, this name. So let's give the data element name. Enter. You see, all this automatically came. Student ID, description came, size came, data type came. How these are all coming? These are all already given in this data element. If you want, you double click. If you double click, it will automatically take you to the data element screen. You can go to the data element. You want to know the domain? Double click. You can go to the domain. Again, come back. Come back. If you want to know more details of this data element, simply you can double click. You can go there. Again, double click on the domain name. You can go there. Come back to data element. Come back to table. So this is my primary key field. Then student ID, student name. There is another data element also with me. I can use this. second data element. You can go to F4 help also. Suppose you forgot this name, no problem. Go to F4. Here you type Z66 star. Continue. You will get all the data elements what you created. You can choose the relevant data element. STU name. Character 20. Then course. What is the data element name? Z66 underscore S course. After course, joining date or start date, ST underscore date. Unfortunately, I did not create a data element for start date. I created only 3 data elements. I don't have a data element for start date. What should I do? You can create one more data element now also. You can create a data element directly from here. Let us see how to create Z66 underscore date. ST underscore date. Give some name. Enter. Okay. But did you see? Even after the enter, did you get any title or any size? No, because there is no data element with this name. You just given a data element start date, but there is no data element with this name. Save it. You have to create it. See, there is no data type coming. There is no length coming. There is no description coming because there is no data element with this name. You just given a name, no? Double click. It is say. You want to create the data element? Yes. It will take you and you can create start date. But do you have a domain for that? No, you don't have a domain also. Let's create a domain. Z66 underscore ST underscore date. Enter. It is say there is no domain. Yeah, I know there is no active domain. I know there is no domain. I will create it. Double click, say yes, save it local object. 3, you want to create the domain? Yes, create the domain. What is the data type to be used for this? DATS. Is there any value range? No. Save it. Activate it. Activation is very important. My domain activated. Come back. Now I am in the data element. Now domain is created. I can go to field label. I will give some labels here. Date, start date, activated. Data element also activated. Come back. So instantly when you are creating the table also, if you don't have a suitable data element, you just type the name, double click, go there to create. Again double click, go there to create a domain also. If it is already there, you can use that. If it is not there, you can create that. So 4 fields, 4 data elements. Finally, start date, then status. I don't want to create a data element also. For status, just it is a character. A, B, C, D. Some status I should maintain, character 1. I don't want to create a data element also for that. No problem. I can go to built-in types. I will type here, this is a character field of size 1. With title enough. Save this. See what it is showing. This is not compulsory that for every field you should have a data element. You can use directly data type here also. But is it good way of doing? Is this the correct way of doing? It is okay technically, but later on maintenance, later on some checks. For suppose this status column should have the values so open, O, R, C. O means open, means not yet started, R means running, C means closed. it should allow only these three values. Other than that, no other value should be allowed. Such kind of things I cannot set here. Such kind of things I cannot set here if I don't have a data element and domain. Not only that, there are a lot of other things also. But as long as these are okay, we can manage this. But the right way for easy maintenance and easy management, I'm just showing here that with the combination of data elements and built-in types also, we can create the tables. You can create a table like this also. But we will follow only one particular pattern. So better don't create like this. Create one more data element also for that. I'm creating one more data element, get66 underscore status. Double click. Yes. Yes, I want to create the data element. Yes. Close the status. What is the domain? There's no domain. I will create a domain also with same name. Double click. Yes. Save it as local object. You want to create the domain? Yes. Create the domain. Status. Data type character. Size 1. Here I can give the range, value range. It should allow only O. It should allow running. It should allow closed. Only these three symbols only it should allow. Just O for open, your choice. R for running, C for closed. But in the table, other than O or C, it will not allow any other values. That you can give in the value range. We already given this to courses also. This one you can maintain in the domain, not in the data element. In the interviews also they will ask, how can I maintain the value range? Value ranges for a field you can maintain in the domain. I have given about, see, on the go, I have created 2 more data elements also. But it is better to follow all the respective data elements creation only, because these data elements you can use in any of your tables. Even tomorrow, if you are creating your own table, you can use the data elements what I created. See, these data elements not for me only, they are the global objects. So you can also use in your tables. You can create your own data elements, or you can use the 2 data elements. I mean, all these 5 data elements which I have created. See, these 2 also data elements which I created on the go along with respective domains. Now our table is ready, key field is there, and courses also allowed only fixed values. Status also allowed only fixed values. Date also given. I created all of them with the respective data elements. Okay, this data element not activated. Yeah, this is not activated. Yes, that's why that's not reflecting there. Field labels also given. No. Domain created. Yeah, domain created, domain activated. Data element will not completed. Status. These field labels you can provide anything, just for information only. Save it, activate it. Data element also activated now. Come back. Activate the table. So here we need to maintain the technical settings. I forgot. Technical data class APPL 0, then size category 1. Save it. Come back. Now one last setting, enhancement category we should maintain. If you check for the errors, it will come, but during the activation it will show that warnings. So better you maintain the enhancement category also. Go to extras, enhancement category, say can be enhanced, copy, right, and then activate the table. Table got activated. Now we will test this table, get66 underscore student. Let us create some entries from SE16. Get66 underscore student is the name of your student table. You go to content, see is there any content? No, there are no content. Then let me create some content. Go to create content, student ID 1001, student name Kumar, course. You see now, for the course, I'm getting Java, ABAP, Python. 3 things automatically coming here. Because in the domain range I given, in the domain, in the value range I given 3 values. They are coming here. Absolutely fantastic. I can choose from there. Start date. See, date control is automatically coming because of the internal today date. Status. For this one also I given some statuses. Open or running or closed. So it is an open course or running course. Save it. One entry saved. Now another entry I am creating. 1002 Satya. See, course I used C++. Start date, status I given. Save it. Actually, it will show the errors here. Now here you see, I'm not sure you're able to see or not. Enter a valid value. See, it is checking this. C++ it is not allowing because in the domain range I given, don't take other courses. If I type Java and save, it will allow. Come back. Now you see in this table, number of entries, 2 entries are there. So both the guys joined for Java only. I made a mistake for Satya. Satya actually for ABAP course, but I wrongly entered course Java. No problem. I can go to this change icon. So instead of Java, Satya course, I can change to ABAP. Save it. Primary key you cannot change. Primary key once it is created you cannot change. But remaining fields you select that. Go to change button. Okay. Finally, if you don't want that entry, you don't want this record, select the record, go to table entry and delete here. You can delete that entry also from the table. Say delete entry. It is gone. Now the table has only one row. Select the entry, table entry, delete. But record deletions, record creations, we never do like this. This is a provision for technical people to see the things. In the business, no one will go and create entries in the table. No one will go and delete entries from the table. That all will happen through programs only. Because entry creations, entry deletions, this is not a fun job. This is all business data, business transactions, sales orders, purchase orders. It should not be just like go and delete last 1 month sales orders. If it is something gone like that, who will responsible? So business data will not get maintained like this. All will not allowed. In your training system, in the development system, all these things are allowed. In the real business system, we are not supposed to create entries in table like this. We are not supposed to change the entries like this. We are not supposed to delete the entries like this. But technically, this is a concept, how it is working. You should understand that. For that only, this is everything we do through programs only. So we have seen how to create a table along with the uses of domains and data elements also. So here we created 5 domains, 5 data elements, right? By referring these data elements in these respective domains. 5 domains. Each domain is relevantly copied to these respective data elements. Now, a student G66 underscore student table created. So in this table, I do have all the student master data, student ID, student phone number, student mobile number, email ID, all the details. But this particular student is actually paying some installments, right? So term 1, term 2, term 3 is paying some fees. I wanted to maintain that fees also is paying multiple times. In term 1 he paid 5,000, in term 2 he paid 9,000, same student for same course. Will you maintain that data also in the same table? Definitely not. This is only the student records. We have Z66 underscore payments, student payments. I need another table. I want one more table. In this table, what are the fields we need? Student ID, student name not required, and term date, when he paid, how much he paid, status. Is the check is cleared, deposited, or is it on hold? What is the status we wanted to know? That particular student, on which date, how much amount he paid, is that amount is cleared or not? Here we have student ID, student name, course. What else we have? Start date, status. This is the course status. This is the amount status. This is different. I wanted one more table like this, student payment. Okay, student transactions. This is a different table. This is a different table. But one most important thing you should understand is this student ID table. This should not be the primary key. If it is primary key, if the student ID is primary key, what will happen? Tell me. In this table, this is already primary key. Student ID is already primary key. In this table also, if I do student ID primary key in the student payment table, what will happen? If I keep student ID as primary key in the second table, what will happen?
It is not allowed like twice. He is paying in terms now, first term, second term, third term. It will only take only one.
Right. So you cannot take the money from that student to more than one time, because with that student ID already 4,000 he paid. You taken that. Again he is paying next time, he is paying another 5,000. Term 2. But you cannot take that because student ID is taken as a primary key in that table. But that's not the case now. I should take 5,000 also from the same student. Then what should I do? How can I enter two transactions of the same student in that table? What is the solution for that?
Need to make term date also.
Right. I should make these two as the key fields. Both are primary keys. Same student, today he paid 4,000. It will take. Tomorrow he will come and pay 5,000. It will take, because student ID is the same, but date is changed. And when the date is changed, it is not a duplicate. It is a new record only. It is taking the combination of student ID along with the term date also as a key field. That kind of situations, we need to have two key fields. That is one point. Second point is, suppose in our institute right now, student ID 101, student ID 102, student ID 103, these are the three students are there. But here, when you are taking the payment, you entered one student, student ID 5566, date 30th August, amount 5,000, status closed or completed, something. It is pending, cleared. But should it allow a student, student number 5566 paid 5,000 rupees on 30th? Will it allow? Actually, if you enter like this, it will allow. But is there any student with number 5566 in your table? No. You have the students of 1001, 1002, 1003. How somebody 5566 came in to do the payment? There is no student in the company. There is no student right now with the student ID 5566. That means that system should not allow the student IDs who are not valid numbers. That means this table, my second table, should have a check. My second table should check in the main table, is this student ID is correct or not? This student ID should refer to this student ID should refer to this ID. Say somebody came and doing payment. I should not allow payments from everybody. Is either a correct person or not, I should know. That we can do, that check we can do, that relation we can establish. How to do that? In the name of foreign key. This particular student ID you will create as a foreign key to this table. That means when you are creating the entries in the payment table always check is it a valid student ID or not by checking to the reference to student table. That relation we can establish in the concept of foreign key. See, for this table, these two are primary keys. That is okay. But this student ID should be verified from the master table also, from this table also. If you don't do this one, if you enter 5566 also, this table will accept. But there is no student with 5566. There is no student with the 9999 number. It should verify against these student IDs. We will see how to do this. So this table is called check table, in which you are checking. That table is called check table or master table. This is a reference table, and the relation, establishing the relation from one table to other table is foreign key relationship, which you need to create in the second table. This should be the foreign key. Let's create a table with the student payment information, student ID, term date, term amount, status, these columns. And also see that foreign key relationship. Now just 66 student is done. 66 students underscore pay. Table name is taking more length. I'm in wrong place. SC11 Z66 is student pay is another table I am creating. Go to create. Student payment transactions, delivery class A, maintenance allowed yes. Go to fields. First field, student ID. See, for student ID, I already have a data element. Absolutely, I can go and use the same data element. You see, you started using the same data element used in student table. Now we are using in student payment table also. Same data element I can use. See, once if you create the data element across the tables, you can use. Then term date. So we need a data element for this. We'll create a, see, field names need not be start with Z. Field names can be started normally. Data elements only should be created with G. Table like table. Double click on this data element.
Sriram, your voice is breaking.
Breaking? Is it okay now?
Yeah, is it okay?
Okay, thank you. Term date. So I will create one more domain also. There is no domain, so we will create yes, create a domain, term date, data type, DATS, standard data type, save it, activate it. domain activated. For the data element, you give the labels. Date. Save it, activate it. Term date also created, then term amount. For this also, let's create one data element, term amount. As this data element not there, double click, yes. Term amount. You create a domain, get 626 underscore term amount. Same name, different name. You can use any name, any other data element, any other domain also you can use in this data element, as long as it is offering you the same data type, same conditions. So this is again numeric type, or you can take decimal type also. So decimal 6, decimal 8, you can take, otherwise let me take into 4. Save it, activate it. What is error coming? Description. Domain activated. Amount. Activate the data element, come back. So finally status, term status. So term status also, let's create one more data element for this. Just 626 underscore term status. Earlier data element I cannot use because here these meanings are different. So is it maintain a domain? As there is no domain, we will create a new domain. Double click. So this is of type character type, size 1. So here also we will have some value ranges. It is H. That means that particular transaction is on hold. And it is P. That particular amount of transaction is in process. Your wish, whatever values you wanted to allow only, that you will maintain here. And it is C, cleared. No juice. Save this. Save local object. Activate this. That we cannot give in the data element. Value range we do give in the domains only. And anytime that student term fees should not be less than 1,000, and he cannot pay more than 10,000 also. That is our condition. In our system, the term fees, whatever the amount he is paying, activate the data element, is also activated, come back. See, this is the amount where value we given, correct? Student term amount. If he is paying 100 rupees, we should not accept. The table should not take. The table should not take the term fees value. Minimum it should be 1,000 or above. And at the same time, our system should restrict if he is paying more than 20,000 on any given day. If he wanted to pay 30,000 fees, today he has to pay maximum up to 20,000 only. Tomorrow he can come and he can pay the remaining 10,000. But we don't want to allow less than 1,000 and more than 20,000 as a term value, as a term fees. So in the term amount, go to this domain, go to the value range. So here you can provide that limit. So the lower limit, it is a numeric value, right? Lower limit at 1,000, upper limit at 20,000. Some description. Term fees limit. So less than 1,000 and more than 20,000, it will not accept. Like this, you can give the range values also. And there is another option called value table. I will tell you with another example. This one also we can set like this in the domains. Activate the domain. Now, see if domain activated, data element need not be activated, it will automatically take this. Now this table also created. Now what are the primary keys to be in this table? In the student pay table, student ID, if you do key table, then one student can pay only one term. Same student, he cannot pay another term. So we wanted to keep student ID as a key field along with the term date also. And remember, key fields you should keep in the beginning. Suddenly 10th, 5th field, 6th field, you cannot take as a key field. Keep all the key fields in the sequential order. Save it. So I said student ID and term date both as key fields. Data class APPL0, size category 1. Save it, come back. So extras, enhancement category can be enhanced, copy, activated. So table is activated. Now in this table, these two are also maintained as key fields. So we will create some installments. Okay, for your testing purpose, I told you we can use SC16 student pay table. Go to table content, number of entries. Right now there are no entries. Okay, I will create entries. Click on create entries button. Student ID 1001. Term date today. See, two fields are coming as key fields. You observe here. Today he is paying on 30th. He is paying the value 5,000. It is in process. Save it. Entry created. You go and see the entries. Yeah, one entry is there. Student ID 1001. But you see 1001. This is an ID, but you've taken that as a integer. So system is considering that it is 1001, like a value. Normally you have Aadhaar number, you have bank account number, you have employee ID number. Those are actually not your employee ID is not 10,034, not like that. Those are digits only, but still that should be treated as like a character. That doesn't mean that it is a numerical value. It looks like digits, but it is a character value. To take such kind of things, we have to use the data element numeric character. And one more example, I will show you that. 1 second, Tim. Okay, students. Now here, let me create one more entry. This time, student number 9999. There is no such student in our office at this moment. Today, he is also paying another 4,000 rupees. Save. See, entry saved. That student ID is also created. But do you have such student? 9999. Do you have any student ID like that? No. In our master table, we don't have any such student. You go and check. In our student table, if you go and see the content, 1001, there is no such student called 9999. That kind of student is not there. Another student we have 1002, earlier I deleted, right? Joshi or John. Okay, 1001, 1002. These are the two valid student IDs. But how come my student pay table can have an entry with an invalid student number? How it allowed this invalid student number? 9999 is an invalid student number because it is not checking with the master table. We need to establish this. I made student ID and term date as key fields. Not enough. I should establish the foreign key relationship also. Every time when a term entry is getting created in the student payment table, in this payment table, this student ID should refer to this master ID. This one I wanted to go and have a reference with this student ID. That we can establish like this. You be there in the student pay table. Go to student ID column. You click on this button. You see foreign keys. There is a key icon. Is there. Foreign key option is there. Click on that. Student ID, select that. Click on the foreign key. Oh, it is not. What is the message it is showing? Content is there, right? Okay, no foreign keys depend for this. Be in the change mode. Select student ID. Click on this foreign key button. Earlier I was in the display mode. Now to go to change mode. You are in the change mode. Click on foreign key button. Now you will get a pop-up. Now it is asking, what is the check table? In which table should I check? Should I check in the Mara table? Should I check in the sales order table? Or in which table should I check about this student ID? Then I should give my main table, the master table, in which I should check. What is your master table name? What is your master table name?
STU ID.
Table name. Check table. Table name.
It's a student pay.
That student. That 66 underscore student. The master. Yeah. Then after you give the table name, you can click on this button, create proposal. Say system automatically propose that. Otherwise, you can take your own entry also. Now, automatically one entry came here. You click on this button, create proposal. This button came. So what it is doing now? It is checking on the Z66 student table. Which field it is checking? It is checking the field name student ID. In this table, the payment table, this student ID is going to check in this check table. Check table means master table. And check required. There is option by default. This option will come check required. Other things not required at this time. Say copy. Foreign key was applied. Now you see. Now you try again one more time. Of course, with existed entries we cannot do anything, but new entries. See already this entry is there. So we cannot do anything. That entry will not go because that entry created before this check was implemented. So leave that for now. Otherwise, let's delete that entry. Gone. Now you try to create that same like 9999. Click on create button. Student ID 9999. Term date today. Term fees 5000. Term status in processing. Click on save button. See, you are getting some green message below. Don't consider that. Go back. All right. How that entry created? Did I not activate the table? S11 student pay table. Yeah. See, this is not activated. See, unless you activate, system will not take the latest changes. Activate it. Now this is active. Now this foreign key relationship also active. This foreign key relationship is also active. Now you go and create entry SA16. See, this entry already there. I will again delete that. Delete. There is no entry now, right? Now you try to create entry. Create student number 9999. Piece. See, already it came in red color. Save. See, it is not allowing. Earlier it allowed to create this 1003. 1003. No, because there is no student with 1003 also. 1002. Save it. It will allow. 1002 it is allowing. But when I am creating with 1003, save it. Entry not created. Why that entry not created? Because in the master table we don't have 1003 student. Only 2 students only there. Like that, it is verifying the check. If it is not there, it is not allowing you to do that. Similarly, on the same day, on the same 30th, on the same day, let's try to create one more transaction for the same student. So student ID 1001. Again today he paid 6,000. Save it. It not taken. See, because on the same day, same student cannot create one more entry. But same student, let's try with the tomorrow date 1001. Try the date for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to pay 6,000. Save it. Yes. Entry created. Because same 1001 repeated here, but the date is different. Now these two fields will together take the combination of key field. 2 key fields are there. Same student can do the payment on a different date. Similarly, try for the range of term table also, term amount also. Same student. Let me take August 15th, August 16th. Term amount he paid 25,000. Save. What is the value range we given there? $1,000 to $20,000, right?
Yes, 20,000.
25,000 term amount should not take. I'll check this. I'll check this thing, why it is not working. So this is how we do create custom tables. So we learned how to create a domain. From the domain, how to create a data element. From the data element, how to create a table. Not only main table one, even we can create subtables also for the transaction tables. And in this main table, 1 primary key. In this secondary table, you maintained two keys also. Value ranges also you have seen. primary key, foreign key references also you have seen. Now by following the same pattern, all of you should create a new table for me. This is the exercise for you. You maintain your number employee table. So this is the main employee table. In this table, this is the exercise for all of you. Please do observe this. Employee ID, employee name, employee designation. So in our company, only fixed designations are there. It will take accountant, admin, consultant, okay. Designation, you take anything, you take department. Employee joining date, employee ID, employee name, employee designation. Designations, you can take anything, manager, senior manager, consultant, trainee, you can take anything. But that company has some departments actually. So before you create this table, you have to create another table, department table. In this one, department name is there. What are the departments we have in this table? In this table, first you should create some departments. Accounting department. Let me take like this. Department name, then department where is the head office of the department, and then head of department. These are the three columns. Department name, accounting department. These are the field names. Accounting department, HR department, technical department, operations. These are the values I'm telling you in this table to be created. First, you should create this table. First, you should create this table. Accounting department. HR department, technical department, operations department. OPT, operations. This head office is Hyderabad. This is also in Hyderabad. Technical department head office is in Bangalore. Operations department head office is in Delhi. So managers, Joshi, Anuradha, technical department head Srinivas, operations department head Kamal. So I wanted you create a table with these values also I have given. First, create a table like this. This is the key field. This is the table with the three fields. This is the key field. You maintain these entries. Now you come to this table. Employee table. In this employee table, create the fields: employee ID, employee name, designation, employee department, on which date he joined. You have to create a table for these fields. Employee ID 101, 102, 103, maintain some values, so some names, your wish. Designations also, your wish. But the department, this employee, for example, this employee Ravi is working in which department? He is working in quality department. No, we don't have such kind of department in our company. These are the only valid departments. These are the only valid departments you should have. So you should have a check. You should have a check from this table to this table field and any joining table. So something like this, you create a table. In this one, employee ID is the key field. Now, this particular employee is taking some leaves, correct? So employee leaves. Employee ID, leave date. This employee ID and leave date are the key fields together. And what is the leave reason? Is it sick leave or status? Is it approved, rejected, hold? Only these three values only allowed. Okay. And this one not required for now. I will tell you this later. But this employee ID should have a foreign key relationship. This should have a foreign key relationship with this table. So these are the three tables to be created by you. Every one of you should create and should create some entries. Next, further, you will write the programs, you will write the source code to get the data from these tables and read these tables and to create the tables. Everything you do, write various programs, report programs on your own table, on your own data. That's why you create the table and create with some entries also. Whereas department table, I already given the entries, department name, head office, head of the department name. Here, this department column should refer to these values in this table. And while creating the leaves, it should verify in the main table whether that is a valid employee or not. And leave approved, leave rejected, leave on hold. That is the leave status to be accepted. And remaining all are normal. All right, team. So this is the task for you. All these things you should create with respective domains and data elements. Every table field, you need to create one domain and one data element. Green colored is table name. These are the table fields. These are the entries. Blue color is the key field. Any questions here? This is not required. Any questions here, team? Do start creating the tables. Every one of you must create the tables. I will check that also. Not only that, this table creation process should be very, very familiar. And then you are going to write your next report programs also on your own tables. So that's why do start create from SC11 and create the entries from SC16. Start now. If anyone has any questions, ping it in the chat. Why am I asking you to ping in the chat? If somebody pings A question, if any one of you knows the answer to that, you can give the reply. Among yourself, you can share the knowledge. If no one knows the answer, definitely I will help you there by providing the answer. So if you chart it, someone else can look at that and someone else can answer to that also. Of course, I'm keep on observing that answers, whether right or wrong. If it is a wrong answer, no, definitely I will correct that. But you try to solve your problems among yourself. Let's start creating this team. So team, any questions? Post it in the chat if you have any questions.
Sriram.
Yes.
Yeah, please, could you show it again how to create table? Actually, I am doing, but I am getting, I am not able to do it properly.
Can you share the screen?
Yeah.
See. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Able to see now. What is the product? Yeah. So you given department one, department table. You first create a normal dummy table, some temporary table, and then slowly you can create. Okay. So department ID. What is the field name? What is the field name I said to take? Field name. So field name DEPT.
DEPT.
Yeah. Take the field name DEPT.
Okay.
Okay. So data element you should create. Data element already created, right? Give the data element name.
Sorry.
Give the name for data element.
Yeah.
G19 and DEPT. Yeah? Is it already created?
I tried this thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Create the data element. Yes.
Right. Already defined. It is already created. Double click on that. Double click on that. You can see what is there inside. Say yes. Say yes.
Yes.
You should go to is already defined as a structure or table. I think somebody created with that name. You change the name. Okay, double click. Yes. Now we are in the data element screen. Give some name, department name. Give the description. Then you need to create a domain also, correct?
Okay.
Give the domain. Give the domain name.
We can give same as of data element name, right?
You can give DEP. Enter. It is saying no domain available. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay.
Continue. Now double click on that. If you double click on the domain, yes. Save it as local object. Now this is the domain details. Give some description. Give some description. Okay. So data type character. Char. Second one. Size 10. You are giving some name, so you can give 10 or 20. Yeah, enter. So domain is created. Save this. Activate this. Yeah, activate. Continue. That is selected. That is already selected.
Okay.
Okay. Now now it is active, right? Come back to data element. Now for data element, yeah. Now you are in the data element. You have to provide the field labels.
Okay.
Give some labels.
We can give anything, right?
Anything you can give. Just it is only information.
Next, we need to save it, right? Or
Save and activate. Save and activate.
activate. Okay.
Come back. Over. Now first field is created. Now similar way, you create the second field and third field also.
Okay.
After that, after you give the second field and third field also, you have to click on technicals. You should click on technical settings.
Okay.
There is a click on that. And you should provide APPL 0 and size some. Yeah, these two fields you should fill. Yeah, those are already there. Those are already there. Yeah, come back. Now you give the remaining two fields and activate. Your table is ready.
Yeah.
Okay, try now.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sriram, for employee table also you have to create data element and domain.
Everything you create a data element and domain. Create everything domains and data elements. Yeah. For which field?
In that department field, you have already created a table for department.
That data element you can use. That data element you can use here.
Oh, okay.
Because it is the same description, same size, same field, correct?
Yeah,
you can use the same data element.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Can you show the exercise details?
Exercise details, that Excel file, correct?
Yeah.
One second. Yeah, look at me, it is there on the screen, just to make a note of it. It is there on the screen. So team, I'm signing off for the day. So keep working and then keep finishing the given task. And let me know if you have any questions in the tomorrow session. And tomorrow we will again meet at 9:30 as usual. Do continue. Thank you all.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.